My name is Katie by birth, but I go by Kairos. Kai for short. This is Angela, my girlfriend. The reason I go by Kairos is because I go by the...
You're a non-binary transgender.
Yes.
Am I right? Because you seemed unsure.
I am a non-binary transgendered person. That means that I don't necessarily go by the gender norms. I'm neither a girl nor a boy. I can be on certain times of the day. It doesn't really have its own time. It doesn't just have a scheduled time for when I'm a guy or for when I'm a girl. But I'm also neither.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to mask what is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Wow, way to make me basic. This is my basic bitch of a girlfriend.
For people like my girlfriend, they go by she, her, and then guys go by him, he. But I go by they, them. Those are my pronouns, and those are what I prefer. This video is mostly about how transgender and non-conforming people are not privileged with bathrooms. We have an issue with bathrooms. We get beat up. We can get slapped. We can get yelled at. We can just get the basic look. The look of, what the hell are you doing in here? This isn't your bathroom. I'm going to explain some of the events that has happened to me personally, and then I'm going to go into some videos of what has happened to other people. While going into a bathroom, an older lady asked me if they were in the right bathroom because they saw me and they're like, oh wait, is this a guy, girl? Oh my gosh, am I in the right one? And it's just awkward. Also, there are little children that point at me and they ask their parents if I'm a guy or a girl. That I don't mind so much because they're little kids and they don't really know better, but the parents just go, shh, honey, don't say that so loud. Going in public restrooms, the sense of not belonging just builds the awkwardness in everyone and just makes it an unpleasant, quick trip to the bathroom. For my middle school through 10th grade years of school, I went to a private school. And they went by the gender stereotypes where guys wear pants and a tie and a blazer, where girls wear skirts, leggings, nice shoes, Peter Pan collar, and a sweater. And I was forced into that for all of those years. I don't wear that stuff, so it's uncomfortable. If I showed up to school in pants, I would be forced to go home. I lived an hour away from my house, so that forced my parents to drive me to my house and back to school again. These next few videos are going to be about what happens to transgender and non-conforming people.
Terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear.
Is it down here?
Yeah, this is the ladies.
Okay, I think I'm...
No, come on. It's okay. Come on. I don't really have to go that bad.
I do.
All right. Dad, if you have to go in front of me, that's fine. Because I don't have to go.
No, Ellie has to
Did
go.
you say dad? Is that a man?
Hey, Mom.
What?
Do you see the little person over there with the gray hair?
I think it's a guy. Should have called him down. Excuse me. Are you a man? This is the ladies' restroom.
Yeah, we're aware what it is. Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you. We're good.
Sir, can you hear me? Because this is the ladies' restroom, and clearly that is a man.
This is my father, and he's a woman, and he has every right to be in this bathroom.
Well, no, he does not. And you know what? I'm calling security because there are young women in here that you are traumatizing.
Oh, really? What, you mean the little snickering bitches over there?
Whoa,
They look really traumatized.
You don't talk to my children that way.
And you don't need to talk to my father like that.
Your father is a pervert.
You are a...
Allie, yes, you all need to go.
Dad, don't you need to go pee?
No, I don't. I'm fine.
You need to go.
Let's just go. Have a nice day.
I bind her of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Transgender people have a gender identity that differs from the one they were assigned at birth. And that gender identity is not the same as sexual orientation. Gender identity is who you are. Sexual orientation is who you love. Some transgender people do undergo hormone therapy or sex reassignment surgery as part of their transition. Some do not. And interestingly, their decision on this matter is, medically speaking, none of your fucking business. And if you're still wondering, well, hold on. What do I call a transgender person? It's so confusing. Well, actually, it's pretty simple. Call them whatever they want to be called. You can do it. We do it all the time. Because there are more transgender people in the US than you might realise. One study estimates that nearly 700,000 American adults are transgender. That's more than the population of Boston. And you probably know someone from Boston. And while a handful of transgender people have been winning awards or appearing on magazine covers, the community at large has been facing some staggering challenges.
78% of those surveyed reported harassment during K-12 schooling, 35% reported physical assault, and 12% were sexually assaulted.
That is terrible. Those statistics are so depressing. Let's not get too complacent about how far we've come, because they still face a host of obstacles. Even when the news media are trying to be supportive, they can make dumb mistakes.
Your private parts are different now, aren't they? I don't want to talk about it because it's really personal.
Don't you feel funny with the wrong genitalia? Not as a joke, you stand up in the women's bathroom.
You've got breast implants. They're tasteful, whatever's going on there. Thank you.
So if I saw you undressed, you would look like a woman to me, totally, yes?
What are you doing? But this is the big problem. This is the big problem because even when people say the right things about the transgender community, too often practical change fails to follow. And perhaps the perfect embodiment of this concerns bathrooms. We all use them. As the good book tells us, everyone poops. Across the country, there have been efforts by lawmakers to fight non-discrimination ordinances with so-called bathroom bills, like this one in Arizona.
It's a new Show Me Your Papers bill for Arizona. The sex on your birth certificate would have to match the sex of the bathroom or locker room that you use. The target, transgender men and women here in Arizona.
6 months in jail, $2,500 fine for just going in to pee.
$2,500 fine for peeing in the wrong place. Look, unless you happen to urinate a 1989 Chateau Petrou, you're not even going to break even on that deal. In the most recent session, at least 13 bathroom bills have been introduced in state legislatures, and the reasoning behind them can be pretty insulting. Just listen to presidential candidate Mike Huckabee.
We are now in city after city watching ordinances that say that your 7-year-old daughter, if she goes into the restroom, cannot be offended, and you can't be offended if she's greeted there by a 42-year-old man who feels more like a woman than he does a man. Now, I wish someone had told me when I was in high school that I could have felt like a woman when it came time to take showers in PE. I'm pretty sure I would have found my feminine side and said, Coach, I think I'd rather shower with the girls today. You're laughing because it sounds so ridiculous, doesn't it? There's something inherently wrong with forcing little children to be a part of this social experiment.
No, but there is something inherently wrong with forcing us to listen to your fucked up daydreams about all the sex crimes you would have committed as a teenager had you just been able to find a legal loophole. That's weird. And that kind of baseless fear-mongering is everywhere. It is so much easier for everyone when people are allowed to use the bathroom that matches their gender identity rather than one that might match the genitalia they were born with. That is why the little pictures on bathroom doors are stereotypical representations of men and women and not biologically accurate depictions of penises and vaginas, because that would be troubling for children. Look, this is a civil rights issue, and if you are not willing to support transgender people for their sake, at least do it for your own, because we've been through this before. We know how this thing ends. If you take the anti-civil rights side and deny people access to something they're entitled to, history is not going to be kind to you.
So now I'm going to ask my girlfriend.
So how does it make you feel when people point at me and ask if we're in the right bathroom, or if they're in the right bathroom, or if someone just kind of looks at me weird and you can kind of tell?
At first, I was like really bothered by it because I was kind of like when we first got together, I was kind of just like, why is this such a big deal, or like why is this like even important or even concern anybody? Like when people like ask you like if you're a guy or a girl, it was kind of just like, does it matter? Like I would kind of get angry like if people would like go into the bathroom and I would ask Kai if they were in the right bathroom. It's just like you can see the sign on the door when you walked in. When we first got together, it was kind of just like we would go in the same bathroom and people, you could just feel the silence in the room. It's like walking in a huge crowd that all of a sudden, like you could feel that everybody was just talking about you. It's just so awkward. They just walk in. You can tell that this person doesn't belong here. Like it's just so like awkward and uncomfortable. And if that's how these non-conforming or transgender people feel going into a bathroom, every time they enter a bathroom, they feel that kind of awkwardness or the sense of not belonging. It's really mentally draining, and I can really see how that affects people.
My experience with bathrooms have luckily not been like some other people's. Other people, they deal with harassment, they deal with people telling security guards that there's a guy in the girls' bathroom, or something worse than that. And
also, okay, let me add to that real quick, if you don't mind. Like, people say when it's bad to have a non-conforming or gender-neutral bathroom because they think guys are going to creep on girls and look at them and stuff. First of all, you can really tell when a guy is going in somewhere to creep on someone. First of all, when people use the bathroom, they don't look at anybody. They go into a stall, you do what they need to do, they flush the toilet, and then they go wash their hands. If someone was going into creep, they're not gonna go to the stall. They're gonna be like walking around having conversations with like being really creepy. Like you can, like obviously you can tell between a creeper and a person trying to use the bathroom. So like when people say stuff like that, or like people who tell security guards that a guy is in the girl's bathroom, if they're legit going into a stall and flushing a toilet and coming out and washing their hands, what is the point of you going to a security guard and telling them that this person went into a bathroom to pee? That doesn't make any sense, and that bothers me a lot. You can't tell.
It's a really good point, and I agree. It's just ridiculous, the fact that people feel the need to go tell someone of a higher authority to where that person could get hurt even more just for them doing that. They give that risk to that person willingly without realizing what consequences could happen after for that person who is just trying to pee. I mean, if I tried to use the guy's bathroom, I don't know what would really happen. I've never tried that because I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm not comfortable using the girls' bathroom either, but I don't really have a choice because I have to pee eventually. It's a ridiculous fight that has to be fought. Well, that wraps up our very first video. Thank you for watching. Some of you have to watch this for an English project, and the others that will get to see this on YouTube, you're welcome.
Till it happens to you.